Okay, so on today's session, we are going to have a little play around with the new poll feature that has appeared on feed posts. So this is the option to put a poll underneath the caption of a feed post, whereas normally we're quite used to it being a sticker in stories. It's also an option for Reels, although that's very, very rarely used. People don't know that it's there. I feel like this has got more legs to it because more people are used to seeing feed posts. They're used to reading the captions on those. And ideally, if we can get the insights from them, we can see who's voted in what, who's voted on what option in the poll. We can see who our interested people are, and then ideally we can get back to them, have conversations with them, all of that good stuff. So you will need to come up with a post idea during this session that is nothing to do with selling. I think we should just use it as an experiment one to get people engaged and to start a conversation. So I want you to think of a question that you could ask your audience, something very light and fun, so that it's very easy for them to engage. We don't want to be asking them anything heavy that they're not going to want to just quickly tap onto. So this is purely to start a conversation, to start a discussion. It's not going to be anything linked to, any big offerings or selling or anything. It's purely discussion based so that we can see if the feature works, how it works, and who's there interacting with us already. Okay, I've got some ideas. What I have noticed is really, really key about this feature is that it's already quite hidden. So you have to click into the word vote to open up the poll. And so that's not immediately obvious to everybody. So what I'm going to suggest is the first line in our caption, we put very, very clearly something like, click vote to join in with the poll, and then go into whatever you want to say in the caption, because it's going to be really important that we remind people that it's there, or even just tell them, they might not know yet that that is an option. So to include that really, really clearly in that first line before you start talking about anything else, so that gives them an option to see it and join in with it. Oh, let me quickly let Zoe in. I've got some ideas for questions that you could ask. You could simply just share this as a photograph with the question over the top. Very, very simply, you could do that. You could make a graphic in Canva. I know most of you probably have templates by now where you have used templates for your graphics and carousels and things like that. So use one of those and just put this discussion question, this engagement question as text on a graphic that you would normally use. So you've got two options. Don't overthink the visual here. It can either be a photograph with the text on, or if you have a graphic that you sometimes use and you've got a template for, use that and put the text on instead. Because it's all going to be about, us exploring what this poll feature is on the feed post today. Okay, so I've got a couple of ideas. You could ask your audience what their favorite part of being a so-and-so is. So your favorite part of being a parent, your favorite part of being a business owner, your favorite part of being a musician, whatever your audience is. Okay, so who is it that's in your audience? How would you describe them? What role would they say that they have? So your favorite part of being a mum, a favorite part of being a leader, what word would you just describe your audience as, or what word would they use to describe themselves? So that is your kind of open discussion question. And then in the poll, you have to give at least two options. I don't know if there's a limit. I usually sort of do 2, 3, maybe 4 maximum. You give some options for people to then click on. It's like multiple choice, yeah? So you just add those in. So don't make it complicated today, because the whole point is that we are using that feature. We are starting a discussion. We are trying to get some engagement, see who's there. It's not really about linking to anything that we're selling or worrying about the design of it too much or anything like that, okay? Because I want you to be able to at least try it and see what response that you get. I've not even tried it yet. I'm going to do it as well today and see what happens. it's all trial and error, and it would be great to see how much engagement it does get, and we can compare it to, you know, the engagement in stories and things like that. Are there any questions so far?
Yes. Where is it? It's not a story, it's actually a post, is it?
Actually a post. So you will have to go into Instagram. If you've already got your, so first of all, you need to make a graphic and save it to your phone. And then when it's on your phone, you would go to create a post like normal. Let me come out of this. Create post. You would then select it from your camera roll, because ideally you would have it on your camera roll by then. Click next. When you get to the section, I don't know if you can see it. When you get to the section where you're adding your caption, it says write a caption or add a poll. So we're going to do both. We're going to add a caption and a poll, but it might be in the caption you just repeat the question, or you remind people, click vote to join in with the poll. Okay, so you would type in your caption there. So if I do that, I can show you how it looks.
Can't see the poll bit.
So go up, Joe. Where would you normally put your caption?
Here.
Oh, I wonder if you haven't got it yet. Oh,
If you click on as if you were going to write a caption,
it might appear.
it says poll.
Mm.
So it says
Yeah,
write
I'll have a look on my other accounts.
add a poll.
Yeah. But that one's
Right.
like my biggest one. But I'll have.
I've got a little poll button there.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to like log in and log out and log back in.
Possibly. So
I'll
you've
have a
written
little look.
your caption, remind people what to do, and then there should be a little button there to say poll, and that will open it up. Very similar to how it does on stories. You would type your option in there, your option in there. So let's just put some random stuff in there.
Lorna, does it just give a yes or no?
It gives you a yes or no, but you can change them. So you
Oh,
can
wicked. Thank you.
options.
Sorry.
Yeah, just click on it and change them. I mean, you can keep it yes or no, it depends on your question, but yeah. And then click OK. I am not going to share this, but well, I could, and then I'll just delete it afterwards.
Funny, I've got it on Franchise Business School, but I've not got it on the ISCP yet. Random.
Strange. Okay, so I've just shared it. I'm going to delete it afterwards, but just so I can show you. So this is how it appears. I've just clicked a screenshot of rubbish, but it will appear like this. And then all that shows is the word vote. So unless you tell people, click vote to join in with the poll, they're unlikely to see that. I mean, it is very hidden. I will give you, it's really, really given. So when they click on vote, it will open up and they'll be able to see the question and the options. And I think once they've clicked it, they can then see what other people have voted for as well. Okay. I'm going to delete that. So if you have a template, or you have a nice photograph of you, or a photograph of something related to your business, you can just add that text over the top. The first line of your caption, I really think it should be something along the lines of click vote to join in with the poll, to tell, like, alert people that there is a poll there. I would just use a picture. I would just use a picture just for this, just because it's a little bit of an experiment, and I don't know how this is going to work or not, being honest. I haven't really tried it and it's very new. So just, I wouldn't worry about video unless you really, really want to share a video, and it relates. I would just stick to a picture. And then because we're just using this as discussion, conversation starting, we don't need to put too much in the caption. Just maybe expand on the question if you want to, or repeat the question and put the poll answers. Okay. So I'd love for you to do that during this session so that you are able to share it today if you want to. It's not something that can be scheduled because this is a new feature and it's one of these like additional options. It's not one of those things that can be scheduled. So you'd have to do it through your phone when you actually want to share it. So if you don't want to share it now, that's fine. But maybe later on today, you could give it a go.
Lorna, just a quick question as usual. Um, I'm going to put, do you plan in your business monthly, quarterly, or yearly? Does that sound
Ooh, that's a
right?
good one. Yes, because you've given multiple choice and no answer is a wrong answer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
that one. Yep.
Can people add their own options?
It
You know,
doesn't
like
look
on
like it.
Facebook. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it on this one. But you could put comment below if your answer isn't here. Or sometimes I might put give more details in the comments.
I put something else in brackets, comment below as a poll option.
There we go.
And would you use hashtags in the thingy?
Probably not for this one.
And share to Facebook or not?
Oh, good question. I don't know how it would share to Facebook. Why don't you try it?
Okay.
Is it maybe that the post will share across, but the poll feature doesn't? Or maybe the poll feature will. I don't know.
Well, I've done it, so I'll tell you in a sec. Yeah, so sharing to Facebook doesn't work. It pulls through the copy, but not the poll.
Right, okay. So you could keep the same post, but maybe edit the caption to give the poll options and just say comment below with your choice.
I can't think of another question right now because I've already done one the other day. I'm like,
What did you do the other day?
it was about phonics jargon. So there's lots of phonics jargon to go with phonics. Do you want me to expand on any of these or something else? And most people voted for these.
Okay, that's good.
Or the 3 people that voted. noted for those. So I can't think of another one right now.
Okay, well, it doesn't have to directly be related to phonics this time round. It could be something like a favorite part of being a parent or favorite part of being a working mum, and maybe like a picture of you and your girls, or like a nice family picture, and just say like, yeah, it's some things are easier and some things are harder, but like, what's your favorite part of being a working mum,
Okay.
or what's your favorite part of being a girl mum? Because you've got 2 girls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lorna, sorry, I have one. I just wanted to get a second opinion. So I put down as, when was the last time you read to your child?
Oh, okay.
Because what I find is that when the child at a certain age becomes independent, then the parent almost no longer is heard to read with their child. And I think it should keep going as a way to role model or to show that reading just doesn't stop just because you know how to read suddenly or are
Yeah.
independent reader. And I do find that a lot of parents would say, oh, I don't anymore.
Yeah, that's me. I don't anymore.
That's great. That's a great conversation starter.
Yeah.
So what was your question? When was the last time you read to your child?
Yeah, so I can have something like yesterday, last week, last year, or never.
Yeah.
Triggers a whole heap of mum guilt for me.
Me too.
you.
I'm a teacher, so that's terrible.
Thanks.
That's a great one. That's a great one. I like that. I'm trying to think, is there any way to maybe word it so it didn't come from like a negative perspective? Because if someone was like, oh, I haven't read to my kids for like the last year, or I can't remember, they're gonna feel a bit bad.
But then I think it's just like, oh, I actually have to start reading, or like one of those. I don't want to come across as a negative, but it's just like, oh, I actually haven't read in a long time. Maybe I should start. Like a reminder almost, rather than it being put as a negative. Because as grown-ups, you automatically think that actually my child's an independent reader, so there's no need for me to read to them. It's just a natural instinct, isn't it? If you put it in that way, and that's how I want to come across as in that way.
Yeah.
That it's okay to continue to read to your child.
Yeah.
To show that, because then that would sort of demonstrate that reading just doesn't stop just because you're now independent reader, because when you go into adulthood, you still need to read something.
Yes. Yes. Maybe you could just put some kind of context within the caption then that's like, I know life is busy and, things sometimes we don't have time for everything, but when was the last time you read to your child? So maybe just a little line of context might just sort of balance.
Okay. To lighten it up a little.
Yeah, just because you don't want it to come across negative or like judgy or any way or anything like that. You don't want to make people feel bad. Say in our busy lives, when there's lots of things to do, it's still important to do this. When was the last time you did this?
So would I put that as in the poll part about the question, or would I put it in the caption? Because then the caption would be something along the lines of, when was the last time you read to your child or children? And then just put it in the caption, just to expand it a bit more. Okay. All right. Perfect. Thank you.
You've given me an idea there, Jess. I was thinking I could share a quote maybe about nursery rhymes and then put, did you sing nursery rhymes with your child? Something like that.
Yeah.
You could use it with a quote as well.
Really good.
Yeah, great. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Didn't understand the
Favourite nursery
assignment.
rhyme.
I put the picture up.
Mhm.
Oh, I've just liked it. I put the picture up, but I just put the picture up because I thought the poll was going to come across the picture. So should I take it? Can you see?
You could type the question over the picture and then put like
Yeah.
vote below with some arrows.
Yeah. So yeah, with that, you'd need the same text over the top.
Should I take it down?
Yeah. But the poll looks good.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, I've just voted, but you're going to take it down anyway. I'll vote again later.
Thank you.
If anyone else shares theirs today, I'm going to look at yours quickly, Joe. I'll vote in it just so we can check how it works, what it looks like.
It's on my franchise business school account.
Lovely. Ah, that's interesting. It's just this little notification's just come up after I've clicked on Joe's poll that says to protect voting privacy, we only show the list of voters when 5 or more people have voted on multiple options. So if the
That's not true. Because I only had 4 voters and I can see who's voted.
voters. Huh.
Unless
Oh,
they've
and what it
changed it.
means to me, it doesn't show the voters to me as someone who has clicked on it, but it will show them to, it should show them to you, Joe. I think that's probably
Okay.
what it means. So Kerry, on your one, other people couldn't see it, but you can see it. Right, that's good. That's what we want.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Awesome. Okay. So we will see how that feature pans out. Because it works really well on stories. So I like that it's been brought over to the feed post. We just need to see if it can work in the same way and we can get people engaging in it in the same way. Because yeah, that can be really handy when we're looking for our interested people. Any other questions or anything I can help you with? Everyone seems okay today. Any questions about anything else?
Is there any other new features, or is that the only one that you've noticed so far?
It's the only new one that I've noticed that is of any use to us. Because obviously lots of stuff pops up.
Okay.
And I have to I have to decide whether it's worthwhile us knowing about. Do you know what I mean? Is it worthwhile us sitting for half an hour and doing
Yeah.
it? This is the only one that I can see has a real like benefit if you can link it to like finding out who's interested in your products and stuff, right? Some of the other stuff to do with like Reels templates and how it links with CapCut and stuff is nice, but it's not it's more like how you want to edit it and things like that. It's not super essential, but I can, you know, bring those things in when we do
Okay.
sections, but they're more about like the design of it or the speed of it and things like that. So it's less crucial.
Okay.
But I'd like to think this one's got legs. So if we can get familiar with this one and get our audiences familiar with this one, it's going to be a useful feature for us.
Yeah, because people don't like typing on the wall. They don't type on feed posts, but a poll, if it's just a yes or no.
Yes, it's like people are just so lazy, they don't even want to type anything. So if they can just click one thing, they're
Mhm.
to do that. So just make it easy. Yeah.
Fab.
Wonderful, lovely. Well, if you've managed to do one, send it to me and I'll join in with the polls. We can all take a look at how it works and stuff. Otherwise, I will see you on some other sessions, Thursday engagement session at 11, if anyone can make it, or the planning session that we have on Sunday at 7 o'clock as well. Otherwise, I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Laura.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.